this is the fix for when you're trying to fill up your tank and the pump keeps shutting off on you. It's also needed if you are trying to change out any of your rear suspension. So first you got to remove this plastic trim, and it's held on with various plastic retainers. Some of them are these old school types that you pry out, with a pick or a pry tool, and others are you push in the centers, and the ones that you push in the centers seem to be one use only. You can't reuse them after you pop them out. And these, I think there's like 4 of these in the middle. These are just a bear to get out because they're real soft rubber on the main part, and they just don't want to come out. And then there's one bolt on each side that has to come out, and it's a 7mm. Once you get all the retainers out, just kind of wrestle this piece around everything, and it should come out no problem. And to remove the fuel filler neck, you've got these various spots here that you have to address. And pay attention here, that's the routing of it when you put it back in. I found it easier to start at the bottom, remove that clamp there, then unbolt that retainer there, which will free this up. And then I like to thread the nut back onto the stud there so it doesn't get lost when I'm working on everything else. And then just disconnect, that's your EVAP line there. It's a little bit rough to get off of there, but it'll eventually come off. And then lastly, this little metal ring holds on the fuel filler at the top, and just kind of push the rubber through there, and then you should be able to wrestle the whole thing out. Now I make this look easy on here, but it's a lot of wrestling to get this bottom part out. You might even need to spray some silicone lubricant in there to get it. Just keep working on it and it'll eventually come out. Now, mine had actually gotten some insects that built a nest inside this smaller tube here, the EVAP tube that goes up to the filler neck. Yours could be blocked on the opposite side. So obviously mine was easy, I just had to clean that tube out. If it's on the opposite side there, you need to put a vacuum or pressurized air on this where the arrow is pointing, and that should fix you up. Or if you're watching this video not because you have an EVAP problem, just to change out your suspension, obviously you still have to take this filler neck out. Installation's the reverse of removal. I find the little silicone lubricant in that hose helps not only protect it, but also makes it a little easier to push it back in. Just make sure that clamp is nice and tight and that there's no leaks there. Don't forget to reconnect that EVAP tube. Take your time and be careful with that metal clip because it is sharp enough that you could puncture the rubber if you're not careful. And I keep on hand a box of panel clips in various sizes and types for doing stuff like this, because if you are ever pulling these off, you'll find a lot of times the existing ones break or they're just one-use clips and have to be replaced anyway.